Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep are the makers of premium mattresses that are customized to suit your needs and preferences. You can take the Helix Sleep quiz like I did, and it will match you with the perfect mattress. For example, I happen to be a side sleeper. I prefer a firmer style mattress, and I share my bed with my husband, who also took the sleep quiz, and it came up with the perfect compromise. We matched with the Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe. We've had our Helix Sleep mattress now for a couple years, and we are getting terrific sleep. Our backs feel supported. We wake up feeling well rested. And at this point, our entire family has Helix Sleep mattresses, and they are getting great sleep as well. And we even have extended family and friends that have reported getting great sleep as well. Helix offers 20 unique mattresses, including the Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite line, and Helix Plus for big and tall sleepers, and Helix Kids. Besides getting great sleep, I love that our mattress came rolled up in a cardboard box, which made it really easy to maneuver up a flight of narrow stairs, and I was able to install the mattress myself. And if you purchase a Helix Sleep mattress, it too will arrive at your doorstep. And if you live in the US, shipping is free. So before we upgraded to our Helix Sleep mattress, we'd been sleeping on a mattress which we inherited. And while it served us well, it was definitely time to be replaced. All Helix Sleep mattresses are fiberglass free, and they come with a 100-night sleep trial to make sure you love it, and a 10-year warranty. There's also financing options and flexible payment plans. So if you want to start getting some great sleep, this is a perfect time to upgrade. You can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 25% off your Helix Sleep mattress. Big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, welcome back to my car and my second taste of Crumbl. If you've missed my first one, I'll put a link to it down below. Today, I'm going to be focusing more on the baked goods rather than the cookies to see if my opinion at all is swayed or changed. I'm also here to test a little gadget that I picked up when I was in the store. I just took it out of the bag, and it is this. This is a Crumbl cookie cutter. I was hoping, based on what was shown on the screen, that it would be a punchy, that this would be spring-loaded. Over-engineered, yes, but there'd be some kind of satisfaction in punching. But when I opened it, I noticed that it's just simply a cutter. It's basically a Barbie-sized table with a nub on top. It's basically a pink, bigger version of a pizza table, the kind you get when you order pizza so that the cardboard box doesn't collapse. That's what it reminds me of. But what it's supposed to do is cut your large Crumbl cookie into 4 equal sections. I think this is definitely a good thing after looking at their menu and seeing the calorie count per cookie ranges about 770 calories per cookie. Granted, they are large cookies, but 770, wow, that's a lot for a cookie, especially if you think that's one serving. Once again, I ordered a 6-pack, and this was $24.98. Cookie cutter was $4.99. This time around, I got 3 cookies and 3 sweet treats. I was going to say baked goods, but one of them isn't technically a baked good because it's a pie. So since I showed you this, let's go ahead and test out our cookie cutter. It didn't come with any directions. It just came wrapped in this plastic bag, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You just punch it in. So let's go ahead and do that.
S'mores, silk pie, cheesecake brownie, Biscoff lava, Pop Tart.
Let's cut this one first. This is the strawberry Pop Tart. Very curious about that, and let's just press it in there and see how it does. All right, it does a pretty good job. Look at that. Perfect. Whoa, looks almost cakey, huh? What I don't like, because I'm in my car, I can't wash the cutter off in between cuts, so I hope there's not too much cross-contamination in terms of flavors. Alrighty, lovelies, let's try this one first. This is the strawberry Pop-Tart flavor, and the reason why I was curious about this was I ate a fair number of Pop-Tarts when I was a child. A lot of them were strawberry. I think strawberry and the chocolate were the 2 that I got the most. It's warm, which I appreciate. Warm cookies. Alrighty, let's give it a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Like the other cookies, very doughy in the middle, When you get a bite of the strawberry Pop Tart on top, you're completely taken back nostalgically in terms of what you remember a strawberry Pop Tart tasting like, because it contains the Pop Tart. It actually doesn't contain it, but it's topped with the Pop Tart. The cookie itself tastes a little bit like a kind of a crumble. It's kind of oaty, but the texture is very cakey. It's more like a pumpkin or banana bread in that sense. And there's some strawberry jam inside the cookie as well. So it echoes the strawberry flavor of the Pop Tart on top. I think if you really like fruit crumbles, you'll like this cookie. The icing is sweet. I don't really detect any flavoring whatsoever, but everything in the crumble shop smells of sweet vanilla. So I kind of just smell that permeating everything. But it's warm, which is a nice touch. I personally don't love this one. I really do like having the cookies pre-cut like this. It makes everything feel more manageable. This is the silk pie. Looks like it's going to be chocolate. This was 99 cents more than the cookies, so my box was a little bit extra. Looks like a whipped chocolate pudding with whipped cream and little chocolate shavings on top. Oh, no crust, which I was curious about. So just a silk pie. I don't think I've ever had a silk pie. Alrighty, let's give it a go. Itadakimasu. Ooh, that just tastes like chocolate pudding, but really fluffy. I like that. It tastes like milk chocolate pudding. Pretty sweet, more cocoa-y than chocolate. Kind of moussey in texture. In terms of flavor, I like the simplicity of whipped cream and chocolate. No frills, nothing crazy. It tastes decadent and sweet, but not exactly fancy. I think I personally would prefer a more intense chocolatey flavor. This is more like a hot chocolate in terms of chocolate intensity, but it's not trying to be anything over the top, which I appreciate. And there's a crust I didn't realize. Okay, let's give that a taste. So the sides don't have a crust, but at the very bottom of the pie, there is a little chocolate cookie layer. And it tastes like Oreo chocolate pie. Delicious. Let's try this cookie. I used my cookie cutter to cut this one into quarters, and this is the s'mores. So it has some chocolate drizzle and a marshmallow on top, and this too is warm. Alrighty, let's give it a go. Itadakimasu. So true to the Crumbl cookie brand, the middle of the cookie is pretty soft, kind of doughy, but I like the inclusion of the marshmallow on top. It gives a little bit of chewiness, and there's a little bit of salt to it too, and lots of milk chocolate, which I appreciate. I think it's a pretty good approximation of a s'more. I'm not necessarily getting a graham crackery flavor. I taste vanilla and chocolate mostly. To me, it's more like a chocolate cookie with a bit of a sandy texture and a toasted marshmallow on top, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I definitely like that one more than the strawberry Pop Tart. Next, let's try this little decadent treat. This is a little mini cheesecake, and it's a turtle cheesecake. So a turtle is a candy confection that's made to look like a turtle. The belly of the turtle is made with some caramel, and then the legs and the head are usually pecans, and then there's a layer of chocolate to make the turtle's shell. So true to its name, there's some caramel, pecans, and it looks like a chocolate drizzle on top of a, looks like a pretty typical New York style cheesecake. So the base of the cheesecake is a chocolate crumb rather than a graham cracker crumb. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. The style of cheesecake is definitely a New York style cheesecake. Definitely tastes the cream cheese in there. A nice kind of tanginess, not overly sweet, which I appreciate. Nice and dense and rich, which is what I associate with a New York style cheesecake. The crust is delicious. It tastes kind of buttery, toasted, and Oreo flavored. Pretty good. I didn't really get any of the turtle topping, so I'm going to try a bite more with the turtle topping. Let's try that. Okay. The chocolate drizzled on top tastes a lot like chocolate fudge on a sundae. I like that combination. And then you've got some pecans on top and some caramel. All of it seems a bit much. I think just with the chocolate drizzle and the cheesecake itself, and then the chocolate bottom, in terms of a crust, would be plenty. Adding the pecans on top texturally feels kind of coarse and crunchy, and then you have the caramel too. It just seems over the top. And what I mean by that is that they take away and distract from the cheesecake. It's just a lot of competing flavors and textures. I think the crust is my favorite part. Alrighty, let's go back to cookies. So this is a Biscoff lava cookie, and Biscoff, for those of you that don't know it, is another type of cookie that's kind of sandy and crisp and has a lovely cinnamon flavor. There's also a spread that's made from Biscoff that you can put on toast that's made of the crushed up cookies. That's delicious as well. And it looks like this one's going to have a Biscoff filling in it. Looks like there's a Biscoff drizzle on top, but in the cross section you can't really tell what's inside. But let's give it a taste. Again, it's really doughy in the middle. While it's still warm, I'm not really getting a lava experience. Maybe when you get them fresh out of the oven, you get kind of this lava sensation of Biscoff spread, but that's not really happening here for me. And I find that the Biscoff flavor is kind of subtle. After you chew it a bit, you can taste it. And again, the interior of the Crumbl cookie is just like the others, very, very doughy in consistency and texture. So you'll have to really like that kind of soft, can you hear it? Moist interior cookie. The edges are crisp. And the edge just tastes like the Crumbl cookie base. It's kind of like a sugar cookie, caramelly sugar cookie, not particularly buttery. And then the middle is where the Biscoff flavor is. Pretty subtle. It's a little bit cinnamony, a little bit spiced a bit, but not very strong. This one's kind of disappointing. I find myself taking smaller bites this episode than I did last time because after I filmed my last Crumbl episode, I end up feeling very strange. I think it's because I had a lot of sugar at one time. Lastly, let's try this. And this is their cookies and cream brownie. And this has 1,200 calories. So even a fourth of this is a good number of calories. Now, there's a brownie base, a cream icing on top, and crumbled Oreos on top. Oh, along with a chocolate drizzle. Here we go. Oh. That was good. Boy, is it sweet. When I bit into it, there's also chocolate pieces in the brownie as well. But nice chocolate intensity, very, very chocolatey. The cream is a little bit much for me. I like the color contrast of having the dark brownie and then the chocolate syrup, and then you have the white cream on top. But in terms of sweetness, it's a lot. I love brownies. I like the edge, a little bit more chew, a little bit more crispness, and I really like the chocolate pieces in there. Nice textural bit. And then you've got more kind of chocolate intensity. Yeah, this one's my favorite. So the answer to my question is yes, I do like the other treats more than I like the Crumbl cookies. This is granted a small sample size. I've only tried 12 of their items, but of these 6, half of them were sweet treats, and I like them definitely more than the cookies. I feel like this flavor, or this round of cookie flavors, were not very interesting to me, and they did not taste very good. I think so far the best cookie I've had from Crumbl is just their semi-sweet chocolate chip one. But even so, these other treats I liked more than the cookie. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks as always for watching, and big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to upgrade your mattress, you can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 25% off your Helix Sleep mattress. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!